Does lightning strike once or twice? Twice, right?
In our case, we're blown away twice.
Yeah, when was the first time?
Well, we didn't own it then.
Right.
It was in charter, and it was completely destroyed by lightning
In 2016,
with a direct hit.
So it was only 1 year old and chartered. And how much damage did it cause?
Oh, $35,000 worth of damage.
Oh, man.
But here we are in Beaufort, North Carolina, and we have been struck by lightning again. Well, not a direct hit, but an indirect hit. And we came home from, we had a late night with Eli, Perry, and the Perry clan. And
that was so much fun.
Yeah, we did
what a great evening.
We did some fishing at midnight underneath the bridge.
We broke the curse.
We broke the curse. You caught a fish. Oh, that was crazy.
You caught a fish too.
Well, I did, and then it broke free.
Yeah.
I didn't reel it in.
Yeah, but she did well, like a champ.
I get the credit.
Yeah.
Anyway, and we got back to the boat about 1 in the morning and went to sleep, and there was a huge storm. And the next morning we woke up, and everyone else was out on their boats, and we had totally missed the storm and missed that we had grounded.
Slept like a baby.
Yeah, we did sleep really well. But we had grounded, and we're still grounded at the time when we had woken up because the winds had changed and it was low tide. So we decided, like a group of catamarans that were on a line, to move our boat away from the shore, so we were not going to ground any longer on the sand. It was okay, but better not to ground. So we turned the instruments on and turned the engines on and moved the boat, and found out that some of our instruments were not working, which we attributed to just corrosion. So we moved the boat and dropped anchor again, and just really thought nothing of it until we went to take some of the corrosion off of the connections and could not figure out how to get the instruments working again. But we were
the rubber mallet didn't work, unfortunately.
on me or the instruments. So we were so busy at that point. We went to visit your parents, and we had friends coming in on a daily basis. We just really didn't have time to think about it.
Nor did we care, it seemed.
At the moment, we didn't really care.
And we couldn't find anybody to do it either.
Yeah, well, I think we started making phone calls when we were in Chapel Hill. I started getting nervous about the fact that the instruments were not working.
Yeah, and the people who could fix it were inland, where, you know, our mast is too tall, we couldn't get to them.
On the ICW, right. Well, we had a recommendation from our friends on another boat who said that Peter at Seacoast was amazing. So we called him, and Peter sadly said, sorry, you guys are an hour and a half away, and we have a 3-week backup of fixing boats.
Oh, the despair.
So we spread the word out again and found another electrician who came on the boat a few days later, and he just couldn't diagnose the problem because
he wasn't a specialist, and he didn't have the equipment that he could switch in and out to troubleshoot.
Yes.
So you got to give him credit for that. At least he tried. And then I got back on the phone calling Peter again. I think he just heard the hopelessness in my voice.
Well, we also said to Peter, we need to order one of every instrument on our panel because we had to replace all of them. If we couldn't diagnose what happened, we had to get new instruments for everything.
I think that got us here.
And that got his attention. Peter
That's if you can get them these days with all the chip shortage.
That's right. But Peter, I think, felt really sorry for us, and I think that was like a Friday or Saturday, and he booked to come on Monday.
So we have Peter from a company called Seacoast Electronics. They're located in Orient, North Carolina, and they're accessible by the Intercoastal Waterway. Peter, who they have so much business right now, has graciously accepted our invitation, and he thinks it's a network problem. He has brought all types of instruments to switch in and out to solve the problem. He comes highly recommended, by the way, from the cruiser community.
You're making it hard to
The pressure's on, is what Peter's saying. But you know what? Peter's a trained professional, and all you can do is your best, and his best is a lot better than our best. So
took him 4 or 5 hours switching instruments in and out, and was able to diagnose the problem finally.
Essentially, the Enemy A2000/Seahawk NG bus was being taken down by the I-60 wind display. That seems to be the only unit that was bringing the bus down. Because the AIS bus, AIS NMEA 2000/Seatalk NG output is bad, and the I-60 Seatalk NG output is bad, then you can reasonably assume that all the rest of the components and all the rest of the units on board your boat have been subjected to that same voltage.
Right.
And they just happen to survive. Now that's not to say that 3 months down the road they might not quit themselves. That would be a good reason to recur. And that's generally when we have a lightning strike job and we submit it to the insurers, we put in for a total replacement.
Right.
And that would include the chart plotter.
So he left, but he also needed about a week or 10 days to order some of the parts and instruments that were not functioning.
Guys, for some of you out there, Eileen and I are learning, but we're just not do-it-yourselfers all the time. There's some people that can troubleshoot this, that have tons of experience. We're out to sail, and there's a lot we need to learn, and we are contributing to the local economy when it comes to this. So $4,500 later, which by the way is the best money we've ever spent.
Best money we've ever spent. And we bought an extra circuit board for the wind instruments,
And
which was good.
he sent out our AIS, which was less than a year old, and that was fixed by Ray Marine under warranty.
Yes.
You got a lot of that.
Gotta love that.
So if you're gonna get a lightning strike,
Make sure it's within a year.
make sure it's within a year and you're out of luck, but kind of lucky.
So it was the greatest day when Chris came back. Peter didn't come back, Chris came. The cavalry has arrived. This is Chris. He's gonna hopefully install our new instruments and get us up and running today.
Hello, everyone.
Yes.
So we have depth.
He's our hero.
He's our hero, by
the way.
We have speed. We have new
we have
pilot
AIS.
control. We have AIS. We have radar.
Dang.
It's beautiful.
Am I missing anything?
Yes. We have new instrument covers.
Look, these are no longer gray and weathered. They're
Black and beautiful. Our VHF did not have a GPS antenna. He installed one, which means that now our distress button actually will transmit our GPS coordinates, which is very helpful. Otherwise, you'd have to do that by voice.
Sweetie, you do not press this because I'm not wearing the right shoes on the boat, okay? It's not that kind of distress, all right?
He did have to put a switch on our AIS.
Yeah.
Because the new AIS
Yeah.
he installed didn't have the capability the old one had, which
Yeah.
was to turn on and off your AIS if you want to be sailing
stealth
under the
mode.
radar. Our hero!
Off to be somebody else's hero.
2 weeks after Peter came to diagnose everything, we were then free to leave because our instruments were up and running, which
And
was
it was
the best
really
feeling
important
ever.
because we were going around the Cape.
Yeah, we
And-
weren't just doing a short haul. It was going to be a 2-day trek around Cape Hatteras.
And we highly recommend Seacoast in Oriental. They did a great job. Thank you, Peter and Chris.
Amazing.
And they're there to give us advice. They're real easy to communicate with and quick to respond.
Yeah. When we did go out to take lookout, we realized that our wind instrument was not working correctly. And so that was something that we had to deal with later, but that's the next video, so. Almost 3 weeks, it's amazing. We're getting out of here. It's been a magical morning of dolphins and wild horses, but now it's time to say goodbye to Beaufort and head to Cape Lookout. We're excited. Goodbye, Beaufort. Wow, has it been an amazing stay. 3 weeks after arriving here, and Beaufort is in our rear view mirror. Hard to believe. It's an exciting time. We are coming into Cape Lookout. We thought we would have been here a couple of weeks ago, and now we are finally at Cape Lookout with all of our instruments functioning. Well, almost all of them. So this is really exciting for us to be here. Wow, so many horses. I don't have zoom lens, so I can't zoom in, but there are tons of horses everywhere. We're gonna stage here until Friday, 2 more days, a day and a half actually.
All right, just to show you what a mess we are today. Today's a day where a lot of things are getting done. It was great to have Jess and Susanna Washburn come visit us.
So happy to see you guys!
We're just here to say hey.
Once we get to dock, that means we're north of 36 parallels.
For letting us interrupt.
Oh, thank you for coming!
Have a safe trip back. Safe travel. Bon voyage, you all. See ya. You too.
There they go. They saw us arrive. They're seeing us off. Thank you, Jess. Thanks, Susanna.
And they came and visited us and all this stuff. We're working on the engines. We're cleaning. We're changing the oil in, fuel filter. And there is the Admiral. Admiral, give us a synopsis on the day.
Solving some problems. We still have others.
Are we solving more that we're creating?
I don't think so, but we're
holding our
We're
own.
industrious anyway.
We're treading water? Is that what you're trying to say?
Treading water, yeah. We're not sure.
That's better than sinking, right?
So after running our engine for over 250 hours, we have gone ahead and changed the oil for the first time. Great job, honey.
And the fuel filter.
And the fuel filter. Thank you, Danny. We really appreciate Danny from Berea coming over and just walking Brown through that first time.
He has the same engine as we do, and so every different generation of engine, like boats, do things differently. Same principles, but yeah, he was immediately able to help me. The reason why this is going on our outboard is because it's a big dinghy and it's a big outboard, and when we have it, especially when we have it loaded up with gear and people, you really have to work that thing hard to get it up to plane. And when it's up to plane, that means when it's sitting on the water, and when you get it up there, it takes less fuel, it moves faster. Instead of in the water, it's on top of the water. So you have to get it up to a certain speed. It takes a long time, it's really awkward. This works as a hydrofoil and gets you up to plane at low speeds. It helps improve fuel mileage and just overall handling of your boat. Plus, you don't have to really strain your engine nearly as much.
And after a full day of boat projects, we prepped the boat and prepared for an early morning departure. Destination, Cape May, New Jersey.